Hey everybody, thank you guys for tuning in today. I actually had to cut this one short today. The live stream, well, I got not today, but I had to cut the.
So you quote me on something, like an aesthetic.
Sorry, I was watching a podcast. Caleb Hiram is on, and I love him. But anyways, so I had to cut the live stream short because we just weren't really feeling good, and we, meaning me, wasn't feeling great. So I was like, we'll just cut this one short for the day. We did start a little bit late too. It's both of our live streams were late, our cooking live stream and my regular live stream that I did for the spooky night. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in anyways, and if you were there, thank you so much. And if you weren't there, thank you for being here. But if you're new here, happy to see you. And if you're not new here, always still happy to see you. So thank you guys. Today we basically just have two videos that we watched, which are pretty much like watching Sir Spooks, and I believe, I don't remember why I watched this time, and I'll post it in there so we'll know who we're saying. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll watch that together. And I will be back on regular schedule, the full, you know, calabasa, whatever that sausage thing is that people say. I'm not Italian or European by all means. So we'll see what happens next weekend, this week, tomorrow. Me tomorrow. You also tomorrow, because I think I'm gonna upload this today if I do it like I'm supposed to. So anyways, thank you guys. I love you guys, and we'll be tuning in. Thank you. Okay, we're back, and everything's doing pretty good. We got everything to work. I don't know why I was messing up, but I had to restart my computer. So let's go.
Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her two sons. But then, Heather suddenly spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
There's like little mosquitoes.
We're back to normal.
What? What did you say? What did you say, Mommy?
I'll tell you what I said.
I couldn't hear you.
You gotta keep that open so you get all musty.
Why the camera moving like that? It gave me a headache.
Can't tell me it's not good.
Did it just disappear?
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like, quote, a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face. Heather is now freaked out. She can't understand why no one else saw the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking
How did they not
by.
see it though?
It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum, the Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry.
So a little backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through, and these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded, like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do to bathe the patients, get them to cafeteria, take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like, you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies, and there was still those like metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there, and oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk?
I mean, we all see it. How did they not see it?
No. Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years. So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not. And this is my basement.
Rudolph. Where's the Rudolph? Grimace. Grimace in June.
Summer.
Why are they yelling at each other? They're a Chucky doll.
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
What?
Yeah, it's in there.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months...
She's having a value crash out.
Cara's daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains 2 old Chucky dolls, only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weirder here.
It's got batteries.
Noticed
it can still do it if it got batteries.
Because
batteries.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months...
I didn't hear shit. Wait, I said no stop.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!"
Remix.
So is Cara's basement haunted? Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide. Daddy Ghost. One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter when the little girl says something very strange.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy.
What?
Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Hell no.
Is where?
How you know my daddy?
Daddy's right there.
Okay. Okay, show me.
Oh, it's actually kind of cute.
Oh.
Your daddy's missing you.
My daddy's missing me?
Oh, shit.
Let's get him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In here.
Okay, show me.
Sorry, guys.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father passed away. So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
She's like, yeah.
Yes?
Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy.
Oh.
Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what
She
did
looks
your ghost
terrified.
do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy.
Oh.
Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Just see me.
What's the ghost? What are you talking about?
My mom.
Believe kids. Believe the kids. They know something we don't.
The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh my
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy Ghost. But Cheyenne says that some online comments have scared her a bit.
She calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video. I also had a lot of comments saying that it wasn't like something nice. It was something mean. That freaked me out, so don't say that again. A lot of people were telling me don't say that again. With it. I'm not. I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. So, tell him, Mabel.
So is Cheyenne's daughter seeing the ghost of her granddad stopping by for a visit? What do you think? A grave situation. A young woman named Britt lives on a large horse ranch in the mountains. She says that lately, things around the ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange. It all starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So, I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it.
Hi, baby. I miss you.
In my front yard, I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog.
Were you able to get a ride? Did Andre say yes or no?
She's up in that room upstairs. You can really hear her working. Josie? Josie?
Josie. Did you get a ride? Oh, that the dog is not happy. If the doggers is not happy, the doggers is going to be the one to trust.
Man, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. I don't really know. Like,
book it.
That's usually like her stance.
Book it like that.
While she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like, I just don't really know what she's staring at. Because again, like, this is usually how she looks when
is that a kitty cat?
She's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what?
Look at your baby.
What is it? What is it?
She's like, oh, you want to find out? You will go find out.
The dog starts ferociously barking at the upstairs bedroom closet for absolutely no reason. But little Josie's strange behavior doesn't stop there. As Britt mentioned, she has a private cemetery in front of her house where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together.
See, I saw part of
dog
this
Josie
one,
has
but
just
I don't remember all this
started
extra stuff.
staring at the small graveyard.
Like her going inside the closet.
Josie.
I don't remember that. Can I pet that dog? You mean the cemetery dead dogs?
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, that's not creepy. Seriously, what are you two looking at? What is it?
But now, weirdest of all, Britt says that lately the neighbors' cows have started to wander over to her property, and they also just weirdly stand around the small graveyard.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
All the cows.
They literally just
It's funny though.
come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development.
I think if you have a cemetery anywhere in your lawn or yard, it's gonna be crazy.
Like, why? They just kind of come and really graze around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move. So, yeah.
Aliens. I love cows.
What's up?
Britt is confused and a little creeped out by all of the animals' strange behavior. But things are about to take an even more terrifying turn. One night, Britt orders some food from Uber Eats. The driver is a bit disturbed by the gathered cows at the graveyard, but he completes his delivery.
He's like, it's kind of crazy over here.
Things just get weird.
They got all that land and all that, and they decide to get like a low quality camera. I don't understand. Yeah, it is a weird place for a cemetery. It's in the front fucking lawn.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
555.
The kitchen is all safe. Go ahead. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
She says, "Oh, that's so interesting."
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good night. Oh my god. No, he's good. He's like, oh. You're actually not mine. I wasn't showing up. No.
He's like, "Wait a minute, they're not yours." Even he's freaked out. She's recording it too.
What would you do if this happened in your house?
Why is her phone quality like that?
Hi. Thank you.
He's like, "Yeah, I ain't sticking around for this."
See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
Is she out there by herself? Where everybody else at in that house? All that house for one person? She has the same look that I probably would have. Like, what's going on? I forgot that happened.
Something sets off the alarm inside Britt's house, and as she carefully walks back inside, some unseen force seems to actually grab and pull her shirt. She drops her food in terror and runs back out. Britt says that she was too afraid to return to the house. She spent the rest of the night in the family RV that was parked outside. Hunter or hunted.
Well, something
Nick and
literally
Ted from their
grabbed her.
YouTube channel, The Hunting Public, are out bow hunting on public lands in the remote wilderness of Missouri. Suddenly, they hear something that sends chills down their spines. Now, let me say before I show you these clips, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, no one is shown being hurt in the following video. There is absolutely no evidence that any crime was committed in this video or that anyone was injured in any way. Alright, so, while Nick and Ted are
That's
hunting,
new.
they hear a
I've never
gunshot,
had-
followed by
never seen
some
him have to do that.
insane screaming. They immediately grab their camera and start recording.
See, that's a big no-no for me.
Now, Nick and Ted are in such a remote area of the Missouri woods that they have no cell service to call the authorities. So, all they can do is listen.
What would they even do? Like, come on. That's too spooky. Chat, what would you do? What in the Duck Dynasty is going on here? I can get chills all down my back. I can get chills.
Somebody is screaming at the absolute Doppler monk over there. Very not good obscenities to someone else. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
That's what it's giving. But isn't this hunting ground? Isn't this what they were doing out there? Was hunting? Don't you expect gunshots to go off and bow and arrows, you know, to be flying around? Someone was screaming because they probably stepped in a bear trap or something. Could ask her.
Again, Nick tries to call someone to report the incident, but they still can't find a spot in the woods with cell service.
We ain't got any service in here, so
That camera though.
call the police and tell them to go over there and see what the heck's going on, but sounds like something off a dang horror movie over there. I mean, there's just like a guy that's absolutely losing his mind over there.
At this point, Nick and Ted are totally freaked out.
Nick and Ted.
They just head back to their truck so that they can get out of there and call the police.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department. I was hunting, me and a buddy were hunting.
That's funny.
And at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon. But then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening. I have pins dropped on a map about how far we were from where we think this was occurring. We didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
Days later, Nick and Ted provide an update on what happened after their terrifying encounter in the woods.
This is scarier than spirits.
We alerted proper authorities, and the days following that event, I had some contact with the state.
He looks so different without all that makeup on.
They told me that they found nothing on this situation, and they went in there, and there was nothing to be found.
Even though Nick and Ted reported the disturbing incident and even provided GPS coordinates to local authorities, nothing was found at the site. There's absolutely no evidence that any kind of horrible event ever took place there.
You know, it freaked us out, and you know, we really got unsettled by it. We weren't scared that someone wasn't coming after us, but we had heard something that it could have been. You know, your mind goes to think about what could that be, and you know, I immediately go to worst case scenario.
So did Nick and Ted just hear someone having a random temper tantrum or a breakdown? Was it just someone freaking out and maybe just shooting guns at a tree stump?
He's just releasing his anger.
Or was it something much more disturbing? You decide. For the full-length version of this video, be sure to check out the channel, The Hunting Public. Shadow of a Doubt. I've covered the strange and creepy story of a woman named Rosanna in one of my previous videos. Rosanna lives in France in an apartment that she claims is intensely haunted by some mysterious dark entity.
Oh shit,
One night while she is home alone, she starts to hear strange sounds coming from her children's playroom. What she catches on camera is truly chilling.
Is she French? The way it disappeared. It's a penguin. It's a bunny. There's a lot of animals. Looks like a Piplup. It looks like Piplup. Okay. This one feels like ARG.
Toys in the playroom begin to move on their own.
Too much going on.
And as
I think it's
Rosanna
just
goes
ARG.
to investigate, she notices something very strange. Did you see it?
Did you
In
see
the window
it?
reflection, the large shadowy figure of a man seems to be standing right behind her.
That's her husband.
But when she spins around, there's no one there. Rosanna sees the strange shadow behind her again in the reflection.
But the way she
then
spins is funny.
The figure just disappears. Rosanna claims that this dark spirit has haunted her apartment for months, but she just can't afford to move out right now. So is Rosanna being haunted by some evil entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. A guide to the other side. A young woman named Diana posted a very disturbing video to Instagram. In the video, Diana and her brother are watching as the police arrive at a trailer at the edge of their property. The police are showing up for a wellness check after the sad, lonely man who rents the trailer has not been seen for weeks. It turns out that the man had unfortunately passed away inside the trailer. This is the footage.
Right there, right
It's the
there.
same one. We've seen this one too.
Wait, they're going up to Tom's place.
Nuke.
So wait, you said
Nuke.
the light wasn't off.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that something was going on. That's a lot of cops.
Holy shit, the hell?
Actually, a lot of cops. This one has like the baby and shit in it.
Oh my god, they're calling. Are they calling somebody in?
That is a
Going
child.
back over. What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can check or something to figure out?
Jesus.
Is there an app you could check? Strokes.
Abby's okay.
I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star.
Did you see it?
The little
A
kid.
small
Yeah.
shadow of a child can be seen lurking
It's
outside
right
the
there.
trailer, seemingly lost and abandoned. But the police don't even notice, walking right by as if they can't even see the child. And then suddenly the small child shadow just disappears. Watch again. The figure disappears into thin air right in front of the police, but they don't seem to see anyone. Viewers of the video pointed out that there was another odd apparition in this video. Something that looks like the shadowy figure of a man standing in the trailer window. So a few days later, Diana and her father go to check out the trailer, and things get really weird.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star.
Jeez. Oh my god. What was that?
I don't know.
Ugh. Jeez. Whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, did this guy have a kid? What is this?
What the fuck is all that noise?
So first, Diana is terrified when a dead crow falls out of one of the cabinets. which seems odd as the man has only been deceased and out of the trailer for a few days.
A few
So,
days.
how did the bird get there? But next, Diana sees a child's paintings on the refrigerator. Her dad tells her that the man had a horrible tragedy where his young daughter passed away many years ago.
Are you winning,
at
son?
a very young age. But the man kept her drawings and mourned her.
5
for the
reasons
rest
I
of
love
his
Dad.
life,
He's
descending
funny.
into sorrow and alcoholism. So, is this childlike shadow figure the man's daughter coming back to meet him as he passes to the other side? What do you think?
Does it really matter what I think?
Mirror, mirror.
Yes.
A woman who goes by the online name Pixie Paranormal 1 is a psychic medium and paranormal investigator who has had quite a few strange experiences.
I don't know her.
Some that could be supernatural.
What is this noise?
Sally Ann Kirk's comments.
What is this noise?
And she has also experienced some scary incidents that are just a bit too real.
So, when the sun goes down,
Got a load of kids running around in here. Can you hear them all?
That's a big ass dog.
It's a big
That's
ass
a girl
dog.
crying. Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people.
Yes,
Turn
we can
these
hear
lights
it.
off.
It's loud.
Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off.
citizen importance.
Turn it off. I don't mind hunting ghosts, but it's the humans that worry me. Human beings freak me out.
But recently, Pixie Paranormal 1 had a very chilling experience right in her own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began to film. What happens next is truly bizarre.
She's always engulfed in it. Oh, I saw this on TikTok.
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait. Wait, stop.
Harry, my
I
mirror
synced
is
it on the
cracking by
TikTok.
itself.
It's cracked twice so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
No fucking idea.
There's too many.
They play Roblox. They play
Yeah, it's
Roblox.
really fucking weird.
Alright, let's just carry on with it. Right, right. It's me.
Stay there, don't go near it.
This way. I know. I know. There's a naughty mirror. Wait. Why is the mirror cracking?
What does she say?
I know. Maybe the naughty spirit.
The woman's mirror begins to break and crack all on its own right before her eyes. Even weirder, what looks like a strange misshapen face seems to appear in the slowly shattering mirror. So did one of the ghosts from Pixie's Paranormal Investigations follow her home? Or just what do you think is happening here? Gory videos.
The
And
Peppa
now
Pig
again, we
accent.
end this video with clips that might seem a bit spooky at first, but nah. Case in point. Some Dutch urbex explorers are checking out an abandoned old building, and they find something absolutely terrifying.
It was just a person chilling. Stupid.
Now, honestly, squatters in an abandoned house are much more dangerous than ghosts. Also, did you notice that this guy's friend has on the same jacket as the squatter guy? Truly bizarre. And next up, a woman is chilled to her core as she wakes up to strange activity. Some unseen force seems to open and close the drawers in her bedroom.
The dresser, not the dresser. It's giving earthquake or just unleveled house.
The key. But then it's just her cat stuck inside her wardrobe chest.
The baby.
Look, there's his little head peeking out. And finally, Pedro sees a very strange
Look at your
shadow
baby.
of what seems to be a person who is just not there.
What the fuck? I think it's just like, maybe it's just like something that's, I don't know. Yeah, it's the fucking chair, right?
And then Pedro realizes that he just has weirdly designed chairs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
He ended it with something
Please,
lighthearted.
if you want to be awesome. And hopefully, I'll see you back here next time.
It's not a duende. Toot. That was a cute little ending for that one. What the hell? Okay, 9 scare videos that you'll feel you'll not miss. Sir Spooks.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today
Hi,
we'll
Sir
take a
Spooks.
look at 9 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin.
Let us begin.
The first video we're looking at today comes from the Ghost subreddit, posted by username ODOdius. It's been gaining traction ever since. In the video, we see footage from a home surveillance camera recorded around 4:30 p.m, sent to the uploader by his friend. While it starts out as a normal clip, it
I
quickly
say-
takes a creepy turn.
This house is kind of cool. Like those TikTok videos, that's what I was imagining right now. And then someone just runs out.
Out of nowhere,
Just
the
for the
basement door
fake
slowly
scare.
opens by itself. What's interesting is the uploader says his friend has another video of something similar happening, so hopefully he'll post that one soon too. As for this particular clip, it's definitely unsettling. There doesn't appear to be a string, a draft, or any obvious trickery involved. And because it's daytime, the chances of it being staged for spooky effect feel lower than usual. The door opens gradually and with weight, not in the sudden way you'd expect if someone were trying to fake it with fishing line or push-off camera. That natural pacing adds to its eerie authenticity.
Look at him
Skeptics
explaining.
have pointed out that temperature changes or minor shifts in air pressure can cause doors to open slowly like this.
That is what happens to us
Especially if
literally
they're
every
older
single
or
fucking day.
improperly balanced.
Because our foundation is
That
crazy and the
said,
temperature changes.
It's odd that it hasn't happened more often.
Some of our
especially
doors
if
don't
it's
close
just
all the way
physics at
because
work.
if it's too cold or too hot
So what
outside.
do you think's going on here?
During winter time,
Paranormal
my door
activity
closes
or
normal.
just a really well-timed environmental fluke? Let me know your theories in the comments.
Number 8.
Over on TikTok, a woman named Stephanie McKee posted a highly unsettling video showing something legitimately terrifying happening right outside her house in the middle of the night. In the video, we see footage from an outdoor home surveillance camera that, at first, appears to capture nothing but a calm, uneventful night. But after just a few seconds, it becomes clear that something very strange is going on. A bizarre ghost-like figure can be seen wandering across the frame, before vanishing into the night, never to be seen again. Stephanie says her whole family was creeped out when they watched the footage, and honestly, it's not hard to understand why. She also mentions that when they moved into the house,
Someone's just going for a
which
jog
they
at
were
night.
renting, they found crystals
With very
placed
bad
above
camera.
every single entrance. her family decided to leave them there, and after seeing this video, she now believes that might have been a wise decision. As for what's really going on in this clip, it's undeniably creepy. The figure appears semi-transparent and moves with an oddly floaty motion, vanishing from view in a way
It's
that
just the
feels
poor camera
unnatural.
quality. That's it.
Many viewers believe it could be something paranormal, like a ghost or spirit making itself known. Skeptics, however, have suggested a few alternate possibilities. One theory is that it could be a real person walking by, maybe a neighbor or passerby, and that the camera's low resolution and lighting distortion simply make them appear ghostly. The eerie glow and motion blur common to night vision cameras can definitely turn an ordinary person into something much more mysterious. Others propose camera glitches, lens flares, or even small insects caught near the lens. But none of these quite explain the shape, gait, or how the figure fades into the night. If this was faked using CGI,
I don't think it was
it's worth
fake, I just
noting
think it
that
was
the illusion is
bad camera.
impressively realistic and blends well with the video's quality. Nothing about it immediately screams edited. So what do you think? A spirit caught on camera, or just someone caught at the right place and time, distorted by the technology? Let me know your theories below.
The latter.
This next TikTok video we'll be having a look at takes place right near the Highway of Tears. For those who are unaware, this is an extremely creepy place that once you hear the backstory, is sure to send shivers down your spine. The Highway of Tears is a 720-kilometer stretch of Highway 16 in British Columbia, Canada, between Prince George and Prince Rupert. Since the late 1960s, this remote corridor has been the site of numerous disappearances and murders of mostly indigenous women and girls. The region is marked by a vast wilderness, limited public transportation, and isolated communities, making it particularly dangerous for those forced to hitchhike. The lack of adequate infrastructure and systemic neglect have contributed to the vulnerability of travelers, while the slow pace of investigations has drawn criticism from indigenous groups, human rights organizations, and the public alike. The video, posted to TikTok by a woman named Anita Natsiel, shows her filming outside of a window on a cold and dreary day. It's absolutely bone-chilling. Just make sure to turn your volume all the way up.
Why?
Who's screaming down there? I better go down there.
All throughout the duration of the video, you can hear what sounds like blood-curdling screams coming from somewhere very close by. Sadly, Anita doesn't have any clue as to what was going on here, but it's very apparent that something very bizarre was going on, and I highly doubt that the sound we heard was high winds or anything, as nothing in Anita's yard seems to be getting blown around. What do you guys make of this creepy video? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. A Reddit user known as SLVeta posted a video to the Ghost subreddit just over a week ago and has been the talk of the community ever since then, and you're about to find out why.
I haven't said much about that because I don't know.
There's a good amount of context the upload
It's just
provided
a lot of
alongside the video.
screaming.
But let's have a look at the video first, and then we'll delve deeper into
It
the
sounds like an
backstory
actual
here.
person suffering, so it sucks.
The uploader posted a video with this caption that helps to clarify things and give us a better understanding of what was going on. Quote, "My uncle who lived with my parents passed away in March. The door that leads to the garage can be seen opening on its own, and the light turns on once it's open. They've never had anything happen at their house currently, until this last night. The door opening on its own wouldn't have made me think anything, but the light turning on got me. It's not an automatic light. When I listen with sound on, I feel like I can hear movement as well. His birthday was this past Sunday, and my mom's birthday was the day after, 25th. They always celebrated together. The timing is getting me too. My mom kept his dog and his room with all his stuff in it as is. I feel like it's him returning home. The video didn't give me bad vibes at all, but maybe I'm just being wishful that it's him. What do you think? End quote. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, it's hard to ignore the deeply emotional context here. The timing, the birthday, the preserved room, it all paints a picture of love, memory, and longing. And the light, turning on just as the door creaks open, adds a haunting but oddly comforting element. If this really is the uploader's uncle making one final visit, then it's not just a ghost story, it's a moment of connection. One that might bring more comfort than fear.
Can we take off this overlay and whatever this nonsense
thoughts
is?
In the comments.
Well, it didn't do anything negative. I think that one has a higher chance of being real.
This video posted to TikTok by user Gima Pashra showcases a busy road on a rainy day, filmed in West Java, Indonesia, near the elementary school SD Nakarapoku. At first glance, nothing seems out of the ordinary, but that quickly changes in the blink of an eye.
Perhatikan bayangan di pojok kiri.
What the hell? There's a lot of shadows in this video.
If you look closely, at the left-hand side of the screen, you'll spot what appears to be some sort of shadow person rising and running alongside the building. The video ends abruptly, leaving viewers to wonder what exactly they just witnessed. Unfortunately, the clip is extremely short and offers no additional context. The sign in the shot helped identify the location, but we still don't know who filmed it, or what happened after. Some viewers believe it could simply be a real person whose form was distorted by the camera. Security cameras, especially in low light and rainy conditions, often create odd motion blur or ghosting effects that can make people appear translucent or unusually fast.
Yeah, I just think that he
could
was just a
explain the
regular
shadowy
person that just got
appearance
up.
and why the figure seems to vanish so
He's
quickly.
like, what happened?
That said, the way the figure seems to rise from a crouched position and bolt off without a clear physical explanation definitely adds to the creepy factor. It's not surprising this one left a lot of people unsettled. So what do you think? Was
I
this
think
just
it's
a
just
trick of
bad
the camera
camera.
or something more unexplainable?
Like I've been saying.
Let me know down in the comments.
Whack ass shit. Scary places. At spooky hour. Excuse me, jeez. I'm gassy.
Reddit user The Capitan's Chair posted an extremely intriguing video to the Ghost subreddit, accompanied by a good amount of context, making this one of the most thought-provoking ghost clips you'll see today. According to the uploader, they used to work night shifts at a prominent cancer hospital in Utah, where ghost stories were a regular topic among nurses and security guards. The video itself is from 2016 and was shared among hospital staff before the uploader got a copy in 2020, so the quality is a little rough.
What is this nonsense? It's so hard to see anything.
In the footage, a woman appears to be sitting in a wheelchair, wearing a hospital blanket, and visible through a window in the parking garage. But the space she's in is actually a stairwell, meaning she's technically hovering above the stairs. Quote, when the guards on the night shift saw her disappear from view, they rushed outside thinking she'd leapt off the edge of the garage and killed herself. When they got out there, she was gone without any trace. They came back in and inspected the video closer and realized she was a ghost. End quote. The uploader says this was one of several ghosts known to appear at the hospital. This particular spirit was often seen by night staff in rooms 24 through 26 on the bone marrow transplant unit, usually seated in a wheelchair and staring silently out at the city lights. She'd vanish the moment anyone walked by and looked back. If this story and video are real, it's one of the most compelling pieces of ghostly evidence in recent memory.
Most likely.
There's something especially eerie about the way she seems to simply exist there quietly, without ever drawing attention, until she's noticed. What do you think? Is this the spirit of a patient still lingering in a place that meant something to her, or just a well-timed illusion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Number 3.
Over on the Moon subreddit, Reddit user Vampire Sock 13 shared a mysterious piece of footage that's left a lot of people scratching their heads. According to the uploader, the video was captured on the night of April 29th, 2025 at around 10:30 p.m. Pacific time in Northern California. They explained that while sitting outside reading, they noticed what initially looked like an airplane light, but the longer they stared, the stranger things got. Quote, what I saw was the crescent of the moon falling from a small point of light into a full crescent. As I continued to watch, the crescent dissipated to nothing. I called my son outside to see what I was seeing, and he was as perplexed as I was. End quote. Let's take a look at the footage and see if you can spot what they did.
A beautiful moon.
I know.
The winking moon. It's winking at me.
No clue with that. Because the sun has been set for a couple hours. No, that's not what a lunar eclipse looks like.
It's just the moon.
Oh, what's in front of it now? What the is going on?
Could it be a solar flare, maybe? It just looks like a moon, though.
There's not a cloud in the sky. I can't explain. I've never seen anything like this. Yep. And now whatever, it's gone. It's just a little star there now. Now it's gone.
The uploader continues by explaining that the moon appeared and disappeared a total of 7 times, and then vanished for good. Even though it hadn't yet reached its official set time, the moon didn't return. They stayed outside, waiting for it to reappear, but it never did. Quote, there were no clouds in the sky to obstruct the moon, and there were no fires that might create smoke. End quote. They even posted a separate video of the area during the day to give viewers a better idea of the environment in which this happened. As of now, no one has been able to definitively explain what was captured in this video. Was it a camera issue, an obscure atmospheric phenomenon, or something truly unusual passing between us and the moon? Whatever the case, it's an unsettling mystery, and until we get an answer, it'll likely keep viewers wondering what exactly happened in that quiet Northern California sky. Imagine it's late at night and you're driving down the highway with only a few streetlights to guide your way. Most of us have been there, and we probably all agree it's unsettling. Visibility can be poor, and one wrong move could lead to something terrible.
Is this real?
That's why the following video posted to TikTok by a user named Jose Fierro is so chilling. It proves that literally anything can happen while driving in the dark.
Why is their dash
The
cam?
first video
I'm about to
shows
say.
Jose cruising along like normal when something terrifying
It's like
happens.
super HD. Versus this one. So this is the video. No! It looked like basketball shorts.
Out of nowhere, a man, or possibly a ghostly apparition, appears directly in his path. Jose reacts just in time and swerves to avoid hitting it. Luckily, he escapes unharmed. Then, in a second video posted on a different day, Jose drives down the exact same road late at night, and once again, this happens. A figure that looks nearly identical to the one in the first video appears in the same spot. Whether it's a prank, a repeat encounter with the same person, or something more supernatural, it's undeniably eerie. Of course, some viewers have pointed out that it could just be a man standing on the road, maybe even someone trying to scare drivers. But if it is a real person, why would they appear in the same place on different nights, risking their life? That's the part that leaves us questioning what's really going on here. Whatever your theory, keep these clips in mind the next time you're driving down a dark and lonely road. Over on the Ghost subreddit, a user known as Lucrine shared a video that was sent to him by his co-worker, who gave him permission to post it for the rest of the internet to see. In the clip, we watch some late night security camera footage that shows a huge, heavy gate. According to the uploader, his co-worker said the gate is so heavy it has to be forced open, and even then, it's a struggle to do so on a normal day. That's what makes this next part so bizarre.
The kitty cat staring. And then stop caring. Baby. See, the quality gets so much worse the further away they get. Oh. The cat said no. What the fuck was that?
As you can see, the heavy gate opens all by itself, and the nearby cat immediately darts off in fear. They always say animals can sense things we can't, so maybe this cat picked up on something we didn't, and bolted before anything worse could happen. While we can't rule out the possibility of some sort of mechanical malfunction, or even a sudden strong gust of wind, the way the gate moves, combined with the terrified reaction of the cat, makes that explanation feel a little unsatisfying, especially considering how much force it normally takes to open the gate. It's also worth noting that this happened in the dead of night, with no visible people around. If this was just a fluke, it was an incredibly well-timed one. Otherwise, we might be looking at a brief but chilling glimpse into something far more mysterious. So what do you think? Coincidence, mechanical issue, or something else entirely?
The mind powers. It shook me like a dog. The cat used the mind powers.
And that was 9 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Thank you, Sir Spooks. I love Sir Spooks. I think we'll keep the, I'll save some of these movies for next time because I think we should end a little earlier today. I have a headache. I need some medicine. But thank you guys for coming by. We really appreciate you guys for stopping by. We love you. I'll see you next week. And on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. All of the above. Bye.
Guys, I'm still sweating. I just got back from the gym and my cousin is talking very loud. To be fair, I'm filming this in a living room right now. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching the video with me and tuning in. If you did that day, again, I'm gonna keep saying thank you because I appreciate it like none other. And I hope to see you again next week and the week after that and tomorrow. If you're watching this today, I'm gonna watch it with me tomorrow. I'll be happy. Okay, love you. Bye.